Critical damage, and yeah, okay, looks like we win. So I'm Nathan. If you don't know me, I am on a journey to try to design a tactics roguelike legacy board game with cooperative deck building class-based elements. This is just the very first video log that I'm going to be trying to record in an effort to proactively communicate some of the game design choices that I'm going through, look for feedback from the community of friends and family and other strangers on the internet who want to participate in this journey. And this video is intended to capture a little over a year and a half of on and off work about this idea of mine. I'm going to describe where it came from, the main goals that I have with this game and this project, what I'm hoping to create, and then a bit of a roadmap for the future. Won't surprise you to know that I've loved board games my entire life. The biggest inspirations for me have been Dungeons & Dragons, as I have happily been a DM for only about 4 years, but I've really fallen in love with all of the incredible storytelling, the cooperative mechanics that are built into the classes of those games, like mini RPGs and MMORPGs, and also how different settings can bring different feelings with how the classes work and interact with each other. The second genre of games that I really love are deck building games, and especially within deck building games, deck building rogue-like games. And of course, the best game in the business that combines both roguelike and deck building elements is Slay the Spire. I have deeply fallen in love with the way that they create core implied synergies and mechanics that characters and classes leverage as part of their kit. And I think at the end of the day, the thing that I really wanted was to take that feeling and put it into a cooperative game. Specifically a board game, because I love the feeling that D&D provides as a bunch of friends get around the table and play games together. Another game that sort of falls right into this category that I've dumped several hundred hours into is Gloomhaven, the darling indie gem that has amassed hundreds of thousands of play sessions with so many thousands of fans, and really it's that same feeling of class-based, card-based combat on a tactics, like a hex grid tactics battle map, which really pushes players to think outside the box. And there's so many great design choices as part of Gloomhaven, but ultimately, if I were to take those games, we're gonna stick with Gloomhaven and Slay the Spire, and combine them into the game that I want to create. What I'm looking for is a rogue-like experience with a lot of procedurally generated content in which a cooperative group of players that have different classes tussle it out with monsters in a sprawling epic that takes place in a fantasy of some kind. And eventually I settled on a theme. Interstellar Fight Club, or IFC for short, is the tale about a bunch of misfits and miscreants, mercenaries who are all anti-heroes in their own right, who are stuck, thrown together haphazardly in a planet-sized prison with a multi-quadrillionaire tycoon prison warden who makes them fight for the pleasure and amusement of his wealthy patrons, a la Sakaar in Thor Ragnarok. And so when you kind of bring all those things together, the experience that I want when players open this massive box that I plan on releasing, whenever it gets done, is this sprawling epic with meaningful choices where your tactics are difficult and based on procedurally generated content, where you have decks of cards that have overlap in their core mechanics, but that give you a unique sense of a personal play style and allow you to contribute to your team in unique ways. And I want over multiple play sessions for this legacy component to unlock new cards and unlock new monsters and move from one tower to the next where another new boss is waiting to fight you. So where are we now, and what is the point of this video? For the most part, I just turned on the camera because I felt that by talking and getting my ideas out there, I was going to end up having an opportunity to share this passion with people and allow folks who want to get involved to jump right in. And so immediately a few action items are that you can jump into the Discord where we're talking about things like the art and aesthetic design and the storytelling of Interstellar Fight Club, the world around it, the core game design, and other components such as how we can instantly visualize this in Tabletop Simulator, how we can get print and play versions ready as a prototype for people overseas who want to play it right now. Maybe the business side of how we really get ready to potentially crowdsource or publish this game if we end up reaching that stage. I'm going to be a lot more proactive about the production and documentation of my choices. I've gone through so many versions of the game up until this point, but not many people know what those changes or design choices were. This video is going to be the starting place. We're going to bookmark the last year and a half of on and off again work. But as I go on to a much more rigorous schedule for much more dedicated, timely work, I'm going to be releasing updates on Discord and short form content about core design choices or questions that I'm struggling with so that people can interact with it. Thank you for watching. I am excited to bring this game to you, and I know that it's a long journey ahead, but for now, I just get to have a lot of fun figuring out the best way for this Interstellar Fight Club to really come into fruition. So take care, everyone. Have a great day.